Amy, what is your favorite thing about playing Leslie Knope?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That person. My favorite thing.
You don't have to have one. You could.
Well, you know what I do I like about playing her specifically is that she has to kind of keep bucking herself and everybody else up, and the energy it takes to play her and to be her has been a new challenge for me and been really great because I like to be able to tap into that captain spirit of wanting to kind of want the team to succeed. And I as I've gotten older, I gravitate more towards people like that. So that's the most pleasurable thing about playing her is that she's always the one that gets to say that it's going to be okay.
Because one of the things I love about her is that she has this sort of joyful, sort of obliviousness. And it doesn't matter. Things could look bleak, but Leslie Knope.
She has no game. She has no game.
And from that, I think we have to go to Tom Haverford because if he's got one thing, he's got all the game. So Aziz, the burning question in my mind, what do you hope happens with Tom and his soon-to-be ex-hot wife?
Well, when Greg and Mike first contacted me about doing the role of Tom Haverford, they mainly knew my work from English theater, and I was worried about whether I'd be able to do an American accent. And I talked to a good friend of mine, Ewan McGregor, and he said, oh, it's easy, you just, turn it on and it'll be great. And, it's been a great learning experience. And as far as, the character dealing with the divorce, it's very emotional. And, it's a very, as an actor, you want to stretch yourself. And, initially there's a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, he's a playboy, he's hitting on girls all the time. Very classic American stereotype. And as we've gone on, we see more sensitive sides of the character. And, this episode we have coming up, we have an episode where he's dealing with the divorce, and it was very, very, very challenging for me.
It was Richard III you were doing, right? I saw Richard III at the Old Vic.
I was telling Greg and Mike that I remember watching like a Paley Center thing for The Wire, and I had no clue that those guys were all from England and Ireland and stuff, and I was just like, what? Like, what happened?
Okay. I know, I also have to ask, I really love Dave the Cop, and I love him and Leslie together, and I was just wondering, I know Louis C.K. might have some other commitments, but are we going to be seeing any more of Dave the Cop without spoiling anything for anyone?
Yes, he does return. I don't want to say how, because it will ruin it, but I also want to give 130% props to Amy Poehler. Louis was totally her idea, and we had this design of this character who would be a cop, who would be a boyfriend of hers, and the design of the character was that he was sort of a younger, kind of hunky guy who wasn't the smartest guy in the world, but really just fell hard for Leslie. And we auditioned some guys who were like just really like weirdly good looking, like they're like football, like ex-football players and stuff, and
really good looking guys.
Just super good looking, really hot guys.
So good looking.
Yeah. And we were sort of trying to find this dude, and then Amy said, how about Louis C.K., who doesn't exactly fit that description, but he's just, it's such a great lesson because he's just such a funny human being and a funny person, and it was like, it worked out better than we could have possibly imagined just because he's such a great performer and so funny, and that was all Amy.
And I think
Amy
having
Poehler.
him be a cop was just such a
Well,
great...
he would tell you that he put on the uniform and he was incredibly comfortable in it. He had always wanted to be a cop, and so he loved getting into his uniform and his costume. He would wear it all day, and long after he was done shooting. He looks very natural in that.
He
in
does,
that.
yeah.
He really does. He seemed very comfortable in
Yeah.
that.
He had all those mannerisms too. Like right away, he started kind of walking around with his hand kind of on the butt of his gun, and anytime he talked, he like this thing where you hit the ring. He just like it was like he had done it before.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
very
he had
funny.
practiced it.